Hey guys, it's your boy Filer here today, and they have added the Deep Dark, Ancient Cities, and Wardens to Java Snapshots. So you can download this snapshot from Minecraft.net if you want to try it out for yourself. And yeah, so that is pretty much the snapshot and stuff. Now I'm going to just pretty much tell you about just the things they added in the snapshot. And yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool. So if you like more content, sub, all that, and let's get into the vid. So first we have all the Skulk stuff. So there's the Catalyst, the Skulk Block, Skulk Vein, Skulk Shrieker, and Skulk Sensor. So Skulk Block is actually just called Skulk, but I renamed it so it'd be better. Anyway, Skulk Catalyst look like this. The block, the vein, Shrieker, and the Sensor. Now I'm going to get rid of the Shrieker in just a second because that could summon in the Warden. And I don't want the Warden to be summoned in right now because I'm talking about the Skulk stuff. Anyway, so pretty much Skulk Catalyst, if a mob dies near the Skulk Catalyst and drops experience, then more Skulk will be spread around it. Let's take the zombie for example. Put him down right here, and I kill it. There is a bit of Skulk that is spread, and so it's in an 8-block radius. So if I kill it over here, Skulk is spread over here. But say if I kill it like over here, nothing's gonna happen because there's no catalysts that are close enough. And when I kill it, you might see little bubbles like right down there. And pretty much if there's a lot of Skulk, the bubbles would like kind of move through the Skulk until eventually they would pop up either a Skulk catalyst or a Skulk Shrieker or a Skulk Sensor, and the bubbles would go away. So that's how you get those two blocks. And this block is pretty much just the main Skulk thing that spawns when the Skulk catalyst spreads. The Skulk is kind of like moss. It overtakes blocks when it spreads and stuff. And yeah, just instead of using bone meal, it uses experience points. If you mine this Skulk block stuff without like silk touch, you just mine it just with your hand or something, you just get experience points. All the Skulk stuff works like that, so if you want it, you have to use silk touch. Now we have the Skulk Vein. There's not very much about this. It just looks cool, just kind of aesthetic stuff. It kind of acts like glow lichen. You can place like multiple on one block. Yeah, so this stuff is kind of cool. Next we have the Skulk Shrieker. So this thing is placed down right here, and if you move around next to it, it doesn't know you're there until you step on it. Then it yells, and those are the particles, and if it does that enough times, the Warden will emerge, just like that. So he pops out of the ground, and then comes and kills you. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and quick kill the Warden. I have strength 99, so I can do that. But we'll talk about the Warden in just a little bit. Now there's the Skulk Sensor, and this is how normally the Warden gets summoned. Is the Skulk Sensor senses vibrations like the Warden does. So if you're walking around, it can sense you walking. And when the Skulk Sensor senses you, it sends that to the Skulk Shrieker and pretty much tells on you and says, hey, there's a guy walking around. Tells the Skulk Shrieker that there is a guy walking around. And then the Skulk Shrieker then tells the Warden that there's a guy walking around, and the Warden pops out. Also, since the Warden is blind, it doesn't know what it's killing. So lots of times, it moves around and tries to kill things, like say, that bat. Normally, it'll try to kill you. So if your Warden maybe, like, I'd say maybe 10 blocks away, it can't like see you unless you're moving. But if you're right next to it, it can smell you and still kill you. So like, if I was staying next to the Warden like this in survival mode, even if I wasn't making any noise, it would still know I'm here. So like, if I'm over here, it wouldn't know I'm here if I wasn't making noise. But then if I started moving around, it would definitely know I am here. So that's about how the Warden works. Strength 99 is extremely powerful. I think you can actually kill the Ender Dragon with one hit with strength 99, since I gave myself that effect. And since it takes multiple hits to kill the Warden with strength 99, yeah, you can see how powerful the Warden is. Now we have the Deep Dark biome itself. So the Deep Dark biome is what you see right here. Just these little patches of Skulk kind of all around here. And this is pretty much the whole biome. So to make the biome look cooler, I was thinking that they should add maybe bones sticking out of the ground, kind of like the nether fossils. So they look something like this, like there'd be these things kind of sticking out of the ground. And I think that actually look a lot better. It'd make the Skulk biome look better. Because right now, it's only really cool if you find a city in the biome. Otherwise, the biome is just really lifeless. It also come out of like the ceiling, like this maybe. Look kind of cool. So I was thinking they should add like maybe bones in the Skulk biome. Also maybe things like kind of like the Skulk kind of corrupted like the deep slate. Like either there's kind of holes like kind of near the Skulk, or there's like kind of by the edges of the Skulk the deep slate's kind of built up like it's pushing it away or something. It look maybe kind of cool. I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on the Skulk biome, because right now the deep dark biome is kind of lacking. Unless you find one of these things inside the deep dark biome, then it is not at all lacking. This is the ancient city. So the ancient city is this huge thing. Lots of the ground is made out of wool, and the warden actually can't hear you if you're running and jumping and stuff on top of wool. So that's why I guess these holes are made out of wool, so you can run around without the skulk sensors or the warden knowing you're there. And pretty much this has lots of different spots. There's some skulk kind of overtaking it, but one of the main point of this is the loot. In this loot chest, normally stuff like skulk, maybe bones, sometimes there's enchanted books, sometimes there's potions. It's not super great loot. I was thinking they should definitely add better loot. And yeah, but the main point of the ancient city, anyway, what it seems like right now, is this thing. It looks kind of like a statue of the warden. Like those are its ears, kind of. And that's his big mouth, like it's a warden with a wide open mouth. It almost looks more like the stalker concept that the Minecraft showed off before of what they were going to do for the warden, but scrapped the idea. Look it up. It actually, I think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, I think the stalker warden kind of looks like that. So yeah, this thing in the middle is made out of a new block called reinforced deep slate. Now, the stuff seems like it should be able to be rotated, and maybe it will in the future, but right now you can't rotate it. It looks like it's like a portal or something in here. What you'd be able to do is like land next to this and light it with flint and steel. So then it'd light like this, and pretty much you'd be able to go through this portal. Obviously it would not look like another portal, this is just something I made real quick, but pretty much you'd be able to go through this portal, and I don't think they're going to add a new dimension at all in this update. They did not mention it, so I'm sure that they would have mentioned a new dimension if they're going to add one. What I'm thinking is, it'd be kind of like if you ever seen the portal gun mod. You walk through, the second you step through this portal, you pop out another one in the closest deep dark city. That could be why the reinforced deep slate's actually unbreakable. If you're in survival mode, you can never mine this stuff. Lastly, we have a new enchantment. It is called Swift Sneak. So this makes it so if you're sneaking, you go the same speed that you do when you're running. So you put this enchantment on your boots. Some people have said it should be a leggings enchantment, but all other enchantments related to speed and stuff like that, like Depth Strider, Frostwalker, Soul Speed, they're all boot enchantments, so I don't see why this should be a legging enchantment. I think it should just stay a boot enchantment. Anyway, pretty much also it's like you can't have it with any other boot enchantment. So it can't be on Soul Speed boots, it can't be on Frostwalker boots, it can't be on Depth Strider boots. You have to have a special pair of boots with Swift Sneak on them. Pretty much, if I pop these on, yeah, sneakers. So see me running around like this? When I start sneaking, I'm actually going the same speed. So look at me right now. I'm run jumping, then now I'm sneaking. Like you don't even notice the difference. Now I'm not crouching, now I'm crouching. With Swift Sneak 3, you can go as fast as you can running while you're sneaking. Now, if you're walking, you can sneak and start walking. If you hit like control and try to double tap sneak, it doesn't work. You have to first be running and then start sneaking if you want to like run sneak. I don't know if they're going to remove that later, like if you're only going to be able to walk sneak, which would be kind of less fun, but I mean, I guess it might make sort of sense. It's kind of like run flying in creative mode. You can do it, but it's kind of like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a feature. Anyway, guys, that'll probably about do it for today. That is most of the main features in the Deep Dark. What are your thoughts about the new Deep Dark biome, new ancient cities, new warden? Anything they should add, anything they should change, put it down in the comments below. It's been your boy, Filer. Don't forget to like, sub, and all that. I'll see you guys in the video in a little bit. I think it'll probably be more about the warden, like exploring the warden, fighting the warden, doing more experiments, a skulk warden, stuff like that. Anyway guys, see you in the video in probably about a week. It's been your boy, Filer.